Have you ever driven through a neighborhood and thought, this place is actually changing? It never used to look like this before? That sort of thing is not usually an accident, and it's actually a good sign of some good change. Let's find out why. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Moving to Milwaukee channel. Today I'm going to show how to identify some up and coming neighborhoods before prices really take off, using the same signs buyers and investors look for without needing a whole lot of information. And I do this to show people just, what to look for, what to think of, and see when you see certain things changing around your neighborhood to think, well, if I want to make another investment of some sort or make another move, what's a good place to invest in? If you're pondering on making a move just around your neighborhood in the Milwaukee area, or looking to move to the Milwaukee area and get into a place with a little bit of growth potential, this video is for you. So with that said, let's waste some time and get right into it. By the way, before I start, I am your host, Willie Mos, the greater Milwaukee area and Southeast Wisconsin real estate agent. I help buyers understand where to buy, not just how. So if you're looking to buy this year in 2026, my contact info is on the screen in the description below. Reach out to me today, give me a call. Now, before I start, and just to set the frame a little bit here, there's no crystal ball in real estate, and there's no crystal ball that us real estate agents have when it comes to identifying what's going to be the next best thing. But appreciation usually leaves clues, and if you know what to watch for, you too can spot the opportunities early. So with that said, let's walk through some of the biggest signs of upcoming neighborhoods. Now, the first thing on my list that I look for is economic growth. Jobs and money in a community drive real estate. So some things to look for is any new employers or bigger companies that are moving in. Have you seen maybe some newer, bigger businesses occupying a larger space in an office park or in a warehouse? Well, this is a sign that newer industries and jobs are moving in this specific area. Another thing to look for is any major companies that might be expanding nearby. Maybe it's somewhere that already exists in your community and maybe opening a second or third location or needing some additional space per se. Not to mention, infrastructure projects like road improvements, transit, or public investments are also a good sign of some improvements of economic growth. When cities and counties spend money on an area, it's usually because they expect the growth in the community and they too want to invest before the fellow residents do. And for this matter, just a little tip to give to you is that you don't necessarily have to memorize any reports or spreadsheets of data. You just have to notice where construction keeps happening, whether it's on the roads or in a certain building in your community. The next thing I watch, real estate trends shift very quietly. So signs that real estate trends do shift is that you might see prices slowly trending up year over year, or you might also see homes selling faster than they used to, or you might see some multiple offer situations than in the past year. As I've told people, you have little spotty areas in between throughout the Milwaukee area. Just for an example, is that you might see some little spots here and there where properties will fly off of the markets and get an accepted offer within 5 days or less of going live and being listed. For that matter, these are not for no reason. It's because you have buyers looking in certain places where there is still room for growth and there is still room for improvement in the neighborhood or just appreciation over time. So these are definitely things to watch for, and they're not anything to be taken lightly. Now, this isn't me necessarily saying you should go for the bidding wars and go for where there's very stiff competition in the marketplace, but these are definitely things to watch for that matter. But also at the same time, go where you might find a home and where you might find some extra growth. So I always say go for what's the best fit for you at the end of the day when it comes to looking for a home. The key word here is slow and steady. By the time Allis is talking about a hot neighborhood, the opportunity usually has already priced in. The next thing on my list is any local development and any city improvements. Up and coming neighborhoods almost always will have some visible improvements to them. For this, a few good things to watch for are any parks being renovated in the community? Are any schools expanding or being upgraded? Are any streetscapes, lighting, or sidewalks improving, or any landscaping around them improving? Any new mixed-use buildings or any other new constructed buildings going up or revitalized in a certain area or a block? These sort of things are not just random upgrades. They are signals that the city believes in that area's future, or just preserving that area as it is now and giving it a whole new look. This next sign on my list is subtle but very powerful, and that is any lifestyle changes. Just a few examples just to boot is any new coffee shops, cafes, or local restaurants that might be opening in the community. These things do drive growth and just traffic to these areas because people such as myself, I'm no exception. I'm a total foodie. I love to check out new places in a community or a place that I almost drive by all the time and never really have a chance to walk in or stop in. I always look at these sort of things. So likely any new businesses that are moving into a spot, many people will want to check out, and little by little, they may want to invest in the neighborhood and move into an area close by over time. In addition to restaurants and cafes, also look for anything else like breweries, like fitness studios, or maybe co-working spaces where you might have shared offices. Or not to mention, just find the trends if there's any younger buyers or renters moving in the neighborhood. These are some good signals that there is little by little growth in that community, and it's definitely something that should be taken into consideration when it comes to real estate investing. More often than not, these businesses do not just open up unless they believe people will spend the money there. They often show up before the big price jump. Now, the last sign on my list is the hidden clues that most people will miss. Now, this is where experience really helps and is really going to help you identify these. So what are these hidden clues? Well, they will include, but not limited to, investors quietly buying and holding property. Not to mention, homes being renovated instead of flipped quickly after a few months or a couple of years. You might see school ratings improving or boundaries changing. Not to mention, older businesses might be rebranding instead of closing their doors and seeing some more vacant spaces in some commercial sectors. When people stop tearing down and start investing in the long term, appreciation usually flows into the neighborhood along with it. Now, just to give a quick little reality check to everybody here is that not every changing neighborhood is going to be the right fit for every buyer. You will still need to consider for yourself your comfort level. How do you feel about the neighborhood you're looking at or to move into? Do you see yourself there? What are your long-term plans? Do you see yourself staying there for a while or maybe not so much? If you're an investor, do you see cash flow if it's a rental, whether it's immediately or long-term down the road? Even just in general, what is your lifestyle and commutes to work or anywhere else that you might go to on a regular basis? Opportunity only works if it aligns with your goals specifically. Now, how can I help with this? Well, this is where working with a local agent really matters. I help buyers compare neighborhoods objectively. I help buyers understand the risk versus the reward. And I help buyers avoid buying based on hype alone. Because there's more than just hype when it comes to making an investment, whether you're owner occupying or you're looking at it as an investment perspective. Sometimes the best opportunity isn't necessarily the trendiest area. It's the one that's about to be. Neighborhoods don't just change overnight, but the signs are usually there if you know what to look for. Have you ever noticed a neighborhood transforming before your eyes and are more curious? What signs do you look for when choosing where to buy for yourself or for your investment portfolio? Drop in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. If you're thinking about buying in Wisconsin and want help identifying some of these areas with strong potential, feel free to reach out. My name is Willie Mos. I'm the local agent out of the greater Milwaukee and southeast Wisconsin area. If you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to hit like and subscribe. Stay in the loop for when I release new content. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.